Okay, guys, I apologize about the trickery and the delay. I actually had to get a new link and get a new link out to the team. So give me 1 second and I'm going to get this out to the team as well, because we actually had, I don't know why it kicked me off, but because it did, I have to create a new event and get a new link. And I'm going to just drop it in this group real quick. And then we'll move forward. I know I'm behind the 8 ball about 10 minutes, so we'll catch up really quick. Here's a new link. All righty. So here I am, and let's just go ahead and roll since we're a little bit behind. I'm going to try to catch up, but I still want to give you all the information that you came here for, right? You guys are here for the myEcon overview and the new member orientation, plus a little bit of training. So if you're a guest in the house, I want to say welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you decided to come kick it with me, H. Cortez, the financial health mentor to the working class. Executive Vice President with myEcon and a part of the Young Wealth Builders team. In fact, part of the Leadership Council for the Young Wealth Builders team. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about what myEcon is all about, a little bit about what the Young Wealth Builders team is all about, some of the things that we have in store for you. So if you're a guest, sit tight. I got a couple announcements to make, then we'll get right into the overview. You are welcome to stick around to the end through some of the orientation and training. That'll give you further insight to how we do what we do, who we are, and the passion and the excitement that we have for our team and our community. We understand that debt and low financial IQ is killing the American working public, and you basically become the working poor because you don't have the right financial strategies in place. So we're going to talk about some of those strategies, but real quick, I got my notes here. So again, I am H. Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class. I'm an author, wealth building strategist, and again, a part of the Leadership Council with the Young Wealth Builders team, which is a part of a bigger movement called the Extra Digit Movement. And we all use the myEcon personal financial success system to build wealth. So I'm gonna give you an overview about what that system is and how you can tap into it to use it to build wealth for yourself. For the team members who are on the call, I want you to know that keep in mind that the early bird special for the tickets to the Cash Flow Mania event coming up June 17th and 18th. You have just a couple weeks to get your ticket at the reduced price of $99.95. And then from April 2nd on until the day of the event, it will jump up to $119.95. Now, I know some of you are saying, well, that's just a $20 difference, but keep in mind what it is that we do. We help people flip their cash flow from negative to positive, right? So when there's an opportunity for you to save $20, we take that opportunity because we know that that $20 is not just face value. We know that $20 could be used to pay off some debt. We know that $20 could be used to be added to an emergency fund. But more importantly, we know that that $20 could be used to actually put into some sort of investment so that $20 can make us an unlimited amount of money. So we don't take the opportunity to save money lightly. So jump on that early bird special, get your ticket to the Cash Flow Mania event for $99.95 and save that $20 and do something positive with it to continue to grow your cash flow. As you all know, that team trainings happen every Thursday nights. Tuesday nights are reserved for the new member orientation. Thursday nights where we have our official team training call, where we really get to the nuts and bolts of not only what we do, but exactly why we do it and why the Young Wealth Builders team will be dominating the stage in Atlanta come June 17th and 18th, because we're growing so exponentially fast. We want to plug all of the team members in and let each and everybody know exactly what we're doing and how we're doing it. So for the new people, or if you're tuning in, maybe you're catching the replay on YouTube, or maybe some clips of this on Facebook, wherever you're checking us out at, I want to say welcome, and I want you to definitely know what it is that we do. So as myEcon is a debt-free financial personal financial success company that's technology driven and that provides education and tools to help working class Americans get their cash flow from negative to positive. All right, most people are living paycheck to paycheck, and we have solutions for that. So let's get right into the myEcon overview and help you understand what we do and how we do it. Basically, there's two main objectives that we're all trying to accomplish, right? We're trying to eat today, and that's why we get up, we get ourselves dressed, we get out the house, we go to work, whether you're working a traditional job or whether you are self-employed, or whatever the case is. You're trying to make sure you bring home enough bread to put food on the table, keep the lights on, keep some heat in the house in the summer, winter time, some air in the house in the summer. You're basically just trying to take care of your day-to-day necessities. Well, that's objective number one. Well, guess what? Objective number two, we should be trying to meet simultaneously, and that is putting enough money to the side so that when a day comes that we either no longer want to work, we're either no longer physically able to work, or we're either no longer wanted by an employer to work, that we have enough money coming in from a non-wage source that we can continue our present lifestyle. Those are the two objectives that we're trying to meet. Most people, 3 out of 4 Americans, are struggling to meet objective number one. So you know that objective number two is completely out of the question. Well, guess what? We have solutions. All right, but before we get to the solutions, let me help you understand the reasons why most people are struggling. There's 4 reasons that 3 out of every 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Number one is inflation. We call that the silent income killer, right? Because it happens incrementally, day by day by day, and we typically don't realize or don't feel the immediate effects, so we don't account for it, but it is killing our pockets. So you have to understand how to account for inflation. Objective number 2 is taxes, or I'm sorry, challenge number 2 is taxes. If inflation is a silent income killer, then we consider taxes the chainsaw massacre, because there's nothing silent about Uncle Sam digging his hands in our pockets and getting what he wants off the top. If you do not have a solution to deal with taxes, then it's going to be extremely hard for you to build wealth. Now, because of inflation and because of taxes, that brings us into challenge number 3, which is debt. Inflation eats us up, and most people don't get raises on their job that are equal to or outpace inflation, so that's a killer. Taxes take their money off the top, and you're trying to fend for what's left, and basically you end up going into debt to try to make up the difference. All right, debt is killing Americans, and we know, and that's just not metaphorically speaking, that is physically speaking, because people are literally dropping dead of heart attacks because of the stress related with debt. All right, and then challenge number 4 is limited financial IQ. And because you have a low financial IQ, you make less than ideal cash flow management decisions. And when you combine all 4 of those challenges together, you get a clear picture of why 3 out of every 4 Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, struggling with debt, struggling with taxes, struggling to keep up with the pace of inflation. So the cost of living is getting higher. Our wages are not keeping up. And as a result, we are falling further and further and further behind financially. And for the most part, we're all one catastrophic event away from a downward spiral that can literally wipe us out and have us in bankruptcy, have us in foreclosure, because that's exactly where I found myself just a few short years ago, until I start to understand some of these principles that I'm going to share with you tonight. Because while we do know the objectives, we know the 4 challenges, we do have 3 solutions. And these 3 solutions will help you overcome these challenges and put you on the road to financial success. And listen to this, 9 months or less, right? What are the 3 solutions? In the first 3 months, we want to show you how to flip your cash flow from negative to positive. All right, what is a negative cash flow cycle? What does that even mean? Well, that's where your lack of money is costing you money. All right, we talked a little bit about some of our team members and the ability to purchase their tickets to our next event at a discounted rate. Well, a lot of times we find ourselves in a negative cash flow cycle where we're paying late fees, we're paying overdraft fees at the bank, we're paying ATM fees simply because we don't have an adequate supply of money and we haven't managed the little supply that we have well enough to make our financial situation successful. So in the first 3 months, we're going to show you how to flip your cash flow from negative to positive. We actually have 3 solutions that will help you do that. In the next 6 months, so the 3 of the 369 financial transformation is going to help you flip your cash flow from negative to positive in 3 months or less. The 6 months, we're going to show you how to develop a business income, teaching the strategies that we're going over with tonight. All right, in 6 months or less, we're going to show you how to develop an unlimited amount of $25, $50, and $500 bonuses by helping other people get their financial houses in order. And then in 9 months or less, we're going to teach you how investments work so you can sit down with a financial planner after you flip your cash flow from negative to positive, after you learn how to develop some business income. Now we want to show you what you should be doing with some of that money so that your money is working for you and you're not working for money. And that will set you up for a proper retirement future so that when the day comes that you don't work, can't work, or unwilling to work, or not wanted by an employer to work, you got money coming in from a non-wage source that will keep your lifestyle just humming along, right? Because that's where we all want to be, where whether I roll out of bed or roll over in bed, I should be able to maintain my current lifestyle. And that's what this thing is all about. So that's the 369 financial transformation. So how do we help you flip your cash flow from negative to positive in the first 3 months or less? All right, we have 3 strategies. Strategy number 1, we help you by minimizing your taxes. All right, you minimize your taxes by adjusting your W-4 form. You minimize your taxes by understanding that the tax code is written for and by businessmen and women. Therefore, in order to take advantage of that tax system, you have to be in business for yourself. All right. And then we minimize those taxes further by helping you understand how to take advantage of business tax deductions. All right. So that's step number 1 in flipping your cash flow from negative to positive. Right. And then we help you when you minimize your taxes and adjust that W-4 form that usually brings money back into your household. Then we help you with step 2 of cleaning up your cash flow by applying that newfound cash towards your debt. All right, because just think about this for a moment. If you had 0 debt, right, no debt whatsoever, how much different would your life be? If you didn't have a mortgage, you didn't have a car note, you didn't have student loans, you didn't have credit cards. And I'm not talking about any additional money. I'm just talking about the money that you make right now on your job. How much stress would you be relieving if you had 0 debt? Right? So we have a solution to help you minimize your taxes so you can free up some cash to start eliminating that debt. Because right now, what's going on in America is we make just enough money to manage the debt, but never get rid of it. It's kind of like what our medical system has come to, right? They teach you how to manage and deal with sickness, but not to heal and get rid of it. Well, we consider debt a sickness, right? So we have solutions to help you not just manage debt, but we want to help you eliminate debt altogether, because we know when you eliminate debt, that frees up cash. So instead of you paying interest on the debt that you're carrying, you start using that same money to invest, and now you start earning interest. Now you start building generational wealth that you can pass down from one generation to the next. All right. And then the third strategy is we want you to review and look at all of your expenses. A lot of times we're spending money that we don't have to. I myself found myself subscribed to things where I was paying monthly for things that I was not using, guys. So that's money that was going out of my household that I could have been using to eliminate debt, create an emergency fund, and ultimately free up the cash to start investing. So that's our strategy to help you flip your cash flow from negative to positive. Because once you have your cash flow cleaned up, we know that you will do the right thing once you get out from under the avalanche or that mountain of debt. when you minimize your expenses, we know that you will do the right thing with that money and start creating a legacy for your family. So we attack your cash flow first, because we understand there's not a cash get money problem in America. There is a cash flow problem in the sense that too much of our cash is constantly flowing away from us. All right, so we want to help you get some of that cash back from the people that's getting it from you, mainly the big three, which is Uncle Sam, the banks, and big business. So we can help you clean that up, then that'll put you in prime position to start taking that money and start investing in your long-term future. Step number 2, all right, in our 369 financial transformation, we help you develop business income. Understand this: the tax code was written for and by business owners. As a result, all of the benefits are flowing up into business owners. If you do not have a business, you're unable to tap into the #1 wealth building tool in all the world, and that's the United States tax code. So when you get back with the person who invited you to this webcast, you tell them that you're interested in understanding more about the 369 financial health transformation and our financial success membership, and they can tell you more about that. But when you partner with us, we help you establish your own home-based business, in which case you will be able to earn unlimited $25, $50, and $500 bonuses, plus other passive incomes and residuals that will continue to build as long as you continue to build and partner with us. So that's strategy number 2. And then strategy number 3, we help you take the money that you got back from Uncle Sam, the money that you got back from the banks by way of debt, the money that you got back from big business by minimizing your expenses, the money that you're going to learn how to earn in your own home-based business. That's 4 streams of income that we help you create, and then we help you funnel that money into investments on the wholesale market side, so you can get double-digit rates of returns on that money, creating a 5th stream of income, right? All starting with the money that you currently make. Now, if any of this has appealed to you, I want you to get back with the person who invited you to this webcast and tell them you want to know more. We have a 40-minute presentation where this goes into a greater deal of detail and will help you understand step by step, including the cost to get started, and all of that stuff will be included in that presentation. You're welcome to stick around. We're going to now transition into some of our new member orientation so we can bring some of our new members up to speed on how they can use these principles to flip their cash flow in the next 90 days and ultimately get to a place where they want to start building the business and then eventually free up their cash flow to the point where they're ready to start investing in their long-term financial future. So if you're a guest, I thank you for coming out. Get back with the person who invited you. You're welcome to stick around as we go through orientation and a little bit of training tonight. If time permits, I realize we got started with some technical difficulties and had to actually jump to a new stream and get this thing started. So if time permits, we'll actually do a little bit of training. But right now, we're going to transition into our new member orientation. All right, young wealth builders. If you're brand new, let me be one of the first to say welcome, welcome, welcome to the Young Wealth Builders team. Again, I'm H. Cortez, financial health mentor to the working class, executive vice president, and member of the Leadership Council and the Young Wealth Builders team. And we're here to help you get off to the right start with your myEcon opportunity. So there's a handful of things that we want to make sure that you are aware of and that you get taken care of in your first 2 to 4 days. Now, many of you have already gone through some of this stuff, but this new member orientation is also to help you understand what you need to be doing as you introduce new people to the team. All right. So if you have not already taken care of step number 1, gotten with your upline and got your W-4 form adjusted, that's the first thing that we want to do is get that W-4 form adjusted, because the wealth building strategies and principles that we teach all start with you adjusting your W-4 form and minimizing your taxes. So if you have not done so, that's the first thing that you need to do. You will simply go to irs.gov. Again, that's www.irs.gov, print out the W-4 form and then call your upline EVP and say, I'm ready to take the next step to go over my W-4 form to make that adjustment to make sure that I'm not overpaying my taxes. Again, that's irs.gov, and you just put in the search bar W-4 form, and it will bring up your tax withholding certificate so that you can go over that worksheet with your upline EVP and get that done. Now, if you're not in connection with an upline EVP, which I highly doubt because all of our upline EVPs are on the Young Wealth Builders team are very engaging with their new people, you can also go to www.extradigitmovement.com, and there's a video training that you can tap into that will walk you through making that adjustment to your W-4 form. So that's step number one. If you're brand new, first thing you want to do is make sure you get your W-4 form adjusted, get it into your HR team so they can make that adjustment or that correction for you right away. In most cases, people who make the correct adjustments to their W-4 form can see anywhere from $300 to $500 back in their household each and every month. That's the money that we start building wealth with. All right. Once you get that W-4 form adjusted, the very next thing you want to do is download your cash flow manager. All right. Download the cash flow manager. If you go into your back office of myEcon, you will see one of the first options that you have is cash flow manager. You click on that link and you can set that up in your back office, and all of you should have already entered at least 2 expenses. Your first expense you should have entered is the cost to get started. So your join fee is a 100% tax deductible expense. So you should put that into your cash flow manager. That's the first. And also the monthly membership fee, you should put that in and go ahead and set that recurring fee up so that it comes off every month and is automatically tracked for you. All right. So get that set up. Secondly, you want to make sure you get the Cash Flow Manager app downloaded to your phone. Guys, the reason we provide these tools is so that you can manage your business on the fly. So go to www.mycashflowmgr.net. Again, that's www.mycashflowmgr.net. Once you're there, it's going to ask you if you want the full version or the mobile version. If you're on the mobile phone or tablet or some sort of mobile device, just click mobile version. From there, it will ask you in the top right, you'll see a small link that says log in. All right, you hit that login button, you put in the email address that you registered with myEcon, and then you put in your password that you also use to register with myEcon, and that's going to take you right to your cash flow manager screen. And then you can choose whichever one of your cash flow managers you want to manipulate. Some of you may have one for your home and one for your business. Go into the appropriate one, and then that will take you to your dashboard. And from there, you can simply enter and edit your expenses right there from that dashboard on the fly, including taking a picture with your device, any receipts that are associated with any business transactions that you're conducting throughout the day. Very, very important, because the second way that we minimize taxes outside of adjusting the W-4 form is taking advantage of the business tax deductions. All right, when we get into the training, I'm going to go over the top 5 home business tax deductions so you're aware of the things that you should be looking at off the bat. But let's go through the next thing that you need to do. So step number 1, you adjust your W-4 form. Number 2, you download the cash flow manager. Step 3, all right, if you have not already done this, if you need help, get with your upline EVP, and they will show you how to register for all of the products and services that we have that's included in your financial success membership in your back office. Some really, really cool stuff that's included in your monthly subscription to the financial success membership. So make sure you not only register for your cash flow manager app, but make sure you register for your ID Defender, your key logging software. Make sure that you know where to go for all of the other services and get registered. Guys, this is what we're paying for. Not only the education, not only the tools, but all of these services are included. And I'll give you a quick testimony about the ID Defender. I got a notice from them not too long ago, and it was a notice that a registered sex offender had moved in within 25 miles of my house. Now, I don't know about you, but I have small children. Well, they're not that small. My youngest is 8th grade. But I do have nieces and nephews who are 3, 5, 7 years old that come over and hang out. And that's just something that's good to know, that when you have registered sex offenders in the area, it's something you want to be careful of when you have small children around. So I just thought that was cool, but that's included in our financial success membership. And the other thing that you have to consider is I'm not just protecting the identity that I have now, right? I'm protecting the identity of the person that I'm becoming. And that's key. All right. So now we're on step number 4. You want to make sure you follow us and get plugged in so that you stay abreast of events like this, new member orientations, but also team trainings, calls, everything. And when we say follow, we want you to make sure that you're getting plugged into the Young Wealth Builders group on Facebook. All right. Most of you are automatically plugged in. The EVPs do a good job of getting you plugged into that group so you can stay connected. But you want to also make sure you get plugged into the Extra Digit Movement group, and then be certain that you also follow the Extra Digit Movement on the YouTube channel. And also, if you're one that's plugged into Twitter, you can connect your Twitter account to the Extra Digit Movement Twitter account, so that when we do live streaming via Periscope, you will get push notifications to let you know when those events are happening live, so you can stay plugged in. All right. And then you should also know about the Extra Digit Movement website, where a lot of the training and good information resides that will help you stay focused on what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it. So you make sure that you follow everything that we're doing, get plugged into all of our social media accounts, and also be aware that the extradigitmovement.com is a great resource for you. Number 5, make sure you opt in. All right. What do I mean by opt in? I want you to make sure that you sit down with your upline EVP and let them know exactly what your intentions are. We are a two-phased or a two-pronged approach to building wealth. Number 1 is a strategic approach. We teach these strategies and want you to apply these strategies into your life and make sure that they get deeply woven into the fabric of who you are and how you live your life. That's the strategy side. And the good thing about what it is that we do, the strategies alone will help you improve your cash flow each and every month as long as you apply them. The second prong is the business building prong. All right. Some of you guys have elected to work on the strategies only, and that's perfect. We need to know so that we can make sure that you're funneled the right training. If you're strategy only, we want to make sure that you get the most efficient and effective training that's going to help you build the strategies. All right. Or help you apply the strategies. However, others have said, you know what, at 42 years old, I can use some of those bonus checks so that I can accelerate this thing. Because if you're like me, I had no investment, anything going on for the first 40 years of my life, right? So that means I'm behind, so I have to catch up. So I love building because those bonus checks are helping me eliminate my debt a lot quicker and helping me get to the place where I can start investing and adding fuel to this thing, so to speak, so that I can build that retirement a lot quicker. We need to know where you stand so we can get you the appropriate training. So if you're strategy focused, let us know. If you're business builder focused, let us know. Or if you want to combine them both, let us know. We'll make sure that we don't overwhelm you, but get you the right training specific to what it is that you want to get out of this thing in the first 30, 60, 90, 180, 365 days. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So opt in, get with your upline EVP, and let them know exactly where you intend to focus your efforts so we can get you the training and the support that you need for what it is that you're trying to achieve. We're not here to push on you what it is that we're excited about, what it is that we're trying to do. We want to meet you where you are and get you the appropriate training and support so that you can win with what it is that you want to do and not what we want you to do. All right. And then the last thing you want to do is strategize. All right. Set up a time with your upline EVP where they can get with you and help you complete your first cash flow strategies. All right. The cash flow manager is a wonderful tool for helping you record your business expenses on the fly, but it is also a tool that allows you to set up your game plan and income projections that will help you understand what you need to be doing today to hit the goal that you have for yourself in the future. So for instance, my cash flow strategist told me that if I want to be completely debt-free, retired, and have a minimum of a $10,000 per month income coming in 10 years, I need $2,100 a month coming in to be invested at 8% rate of return or higher in order for me to hit that goal in the amount of time that I set. So that's what the cash flow strategist is all about. There's tools in the Extra Digit Movement website that will help you walk through that. It's good for you to watch that video first before you even set the appointment with your upline, play around with it a little bit, but then set that appointment with your upline EVP and let them help you create your first strategist and walk you through that thing so you can get your game plan. So now you can put that plan up on your wall, you revisit it every week, share that plan with your family so everybody gets on board so that you can get on a fast track to building wealth and building it in a way that you can pass it down from one generation to the next. So those are the orientation steps that we want to make sure that you get accomplished in your first 2 to 4 days. All right. So if you have any questions, you can post it in the group, the Young Wealth Builders group, and I will jump over there and check if you have any questions. Otherwise, we're going to move on to a little bit of training. We got just over 15, 16 minutes left, and I want to stick true to my time and let you guys out of here quickly. So what I'm going to do now is go over the top 5 home business tax deductions so you can understand what you should be plugging into that cash flow manager on a regular and consistent basis. Some of these things are reoccurring. So you make sure that you set that up properly so that you don't have to spend time putting that in each and every day. You simply set it up and it reoccurs, and all you do is when you go into your cash flow manager, when the day comes that it's going to occur, just confirm that yes, that deduction did happen, or I have that expense, and then you keep it moving. All right, so we're in the business of efficiently building wealth. Nobody wants to add another job to what they're doing, right? But if you can, in an hour a day, really start building wealth for yourself, I think that's very doable for most people. So you're looking at 5 to 7 hours a week, depending on whether you're going full time or whether you're going 7 days a week or just 5 days a week. But you can get this done in an hour per day if you're serious and if you're efficient. So that's why we like to do these trainings, so you can understand how to be efficient with what you're doing. All right. Excuse me. So top 5 home business tax deductions. Number 1, business use of your home. Doesn't matter if you're renting your home or if you're buying your home with a mortgage. Now that you have a home-based business, a portion of your rent or mortgage is now tax deductible. We usually calculate that by taking the overall number of the overall living space of your home, and then you calculate the percentage of your living space that your home office is going to take up. And yes, you do have a home office. All right. If you don't have a home office, set some space to the side for your home office, because the tax deduction for your home office alone is worth making the adjustment. Now, does it have to be a full room set off to the side? No, but it does have to be a dedicated space. So if you have an area where your computer is, computer desk, and that's a 10 by 10 space, a 5 by 5 space, it doesn't really matter, but it has to be dedicated for your business, meaning that can't be the same space that the children do their homework, because that's not dedicated, it's shared. We don't want shared space. You have to have dedicated space in order to take this deduction. So business use of your home, set up a home office if you have not already done that, and then you calculate the percentage of space that you're using for your home in comparison to the overall living space. So if you have 1,000 square foot home and your home office takes up 20% of your living space, then 20% of your rent or mortgage is what you put in your cash flow manager as your tax deduction for the home office. Number 2, business use of your vehicle, right? If you are driving miles for business, then there is a tax deduction for the miles that you drive, but you have to keep record of that mileage. All right. If you have not sat down with your upline EVP and they showed you how to enter your mileage and calculate that on your cash flow manager, add that to the list. You're already going to make an appointment to get your W-4 filled out. You're already going to make an appointment for your cash flow strategist. If you need to get some help going over the cash flow manager, sit down with your upline EVP and they will walk through it with you. If you're new and your upline is new and not yet EVP, then reach out to one of the leaders on a leadership council and we'll make sure that you get trained on how to calculate your mileage when you're driving miles for business. All right. Number 3, meals and entertainment. All right. Your meals that you eat for or during a business function are tax deductible if you're in your home state, 50%. If you're out of your home state, at least 100 miles, then at 100%. All right. And that goes for entertainment expenses as well, as long as you're talking business 24 hours before or 24 hours after. Now, I forgot to give my disclaimer before we started. I'm not a tax professional. I'm not a CPA, but I am close friends with one. In fact, he wrote the foreword for my book, The Financial Health Traffic Report. So he validated a lot of this stuff that we have, and we do have other resources that help you understand that these tax deductions are legitimate, and the way that we train you on how to use them are legitimate as well. So see my disclaimer down here. I'll have to go back and add that disclaimer to the video. But understand that I know this is what I'm doing in my personal life. By law, I have to tell you that before you make any adjustments to your taxes, your W-4 form or anything, run that by your certified CPA and make sure that a professional helps you with that. So meals and entertainment, you talk business 24 hours before or 24 hours after the entertainment expense or the meal expense. So if I took a prospect out to lunch and to a movie, or out to lunch and to a ball game, I don't have to give them the business presentation at the ball game. I don't have to give them the business presentation while we're at lunch. All right, as long as we get that done 24 hours before or 24 hours after, then I can take that tax deduction at 50% of the cost for my fees and 100% of the cost for my prospect's fees. So that's how that works. And make sure that you understand that, and we'll make sure you get the resources so that you can make sure that you can read it for yourself and see exactly what it is that we're talking about as it relates to meals and entertainment. All right. Number 4, business travel. All of us, yes, all of us, right, are planning to go to Atlanta on June 17th and the 18th for the Cash Flow Mania event. If you drive, then if you drive your personal vehicle, then all of the miles that you drive to Atlanta and back are tax deductible. If you rent a car, the entire cost of the rental expense for that business trip is tax deductible. You're staying at a hotel when you're there, then that hotel expense. So when we talk about business travel, we're talking about the travel when you're going out of town, at least 100 miles away from your home to take care of business. So the Atlanta Cash Flow Mania event will qualify for that for me because I'm in St. Louis and I will be either flying or driving to Atlanta to take part in that event. So all of my expenses, all of my meals when I'm 100% 100 miles outside of my home will be 100% tax deductible for me, versus when I'm within my state, within 100 miles of home, it's only 50% tax deductible. Again, you'll get the resources. Ask your upline EVP for the book that we use as a reference guide to all of our home business tax deductions, and they'll make sure you get a PDF copy of that. And then tax deduction number 5, for those of us who have children under the age of 18, especially if you're like me, you got a lot of those little crumb snatchers, right? I have 5 sons. All right, 3 of them under age of 18. I put them to work in my business and I stopped giving them allowances, and I pay them wages for the work that they do in my business. Then they take those wages, I pay them, and then they pay for their basketball club fees. My son pays for his music lessons and all of that kind of stuff. So we shift that income that would have been coming out of my pocket and not tax deductible, run it through my business, pay them wages. Now they are tax deductible, and it's a win-win for us both because they still get what they need and I get what I need in the terms of the work that they do for me in my business And I'm not just shelling out money to them. I'm actually teaching them financial principles and strategies, because now that they have their own bank accounts that I write them a check when I pay them, I'm teaching them how to manage their money in a cash flow success style while they're young, so that they don't enter into cash flow failure like I did most of my adult life. All right, so that's super cool. Again, we have the resource that will help you understand how to set that up. There are some steps that you need to take, and you have to create a paper trail so that you have good record keeping for setting that up. If you want to talk with me offline about how I got mine set up for my children, just ping me in the group or in the chat or something. We can talk about that. But again, we have the resource that will help you understand how to properly set that up and what the guidelines are and how you operate within those guidelines, and you track and keep the records that you need to keep, so that you can take full advantage of that deduction, because we're talking about $6,300 per child per year that you can shift from your personal finances to through your business and to your child, and that's 100% legally, ethically, and morally tax deductible. So that's super cool that we train you on how to do that properly. All right, so those are the 5 home business tax deductions that you should be plugging into your cash flow manager on a regular basis. Most of the other ones are in some way stemmed from that. So mileage to the office supply store, not just the products that you buy for your home office when you're at the office supply store, but most people forget that when you drive there, you take advantage of your mileage deductions because you're driving somewhere for business in your personal vehicle. So little things like that you'll get better at as you continue to move forward, as you continue to make this a part of the fabric of who you are. I mean, every time you jump in the car, you just automatically start whipping out that phone and seeing if this is a business trip or if it's a personal trip. All right. And lastly, we do have 5 minutes, guys. We have 5 minutes. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen with you and show you a couple of videos, because we talked last week about doing some video marketing training. All right. The way we grow our business is through education. We educate people on bits and pieces of the strategies that we're learning from the myEcon system, and it makes them want to know more. And when they want to know more, they're either going to click on a link and fill out one of our opt-in forms or fill out an application. Some way they're going to give us some contact information so we can set an appointment to see if they're serious or if they're just being nosy, right? Because we know a lot of people are just plain nosy. But every now and then, when you're doing this strategy right, you will run across people who are serious and no, I really paid attention to that video. I like the strategies. I want to know more and see if this is something that will benefit me and my family. Believe it or not, there are millions and millions of people in the United States who are seriously seeking these solutions that we have. And it's our job to provide the education. And then if they're serious, to plug them into the Young Wealth Builders team and grow together. Real quick, before we go into the videos, let me help you understand something about the Young Wealth Builders team. All right, here are some of the goals that we have as a team. All right, in the next 36 months, we're going to help 1,000 families become cash flow successful. Now, I didn't say rich, all right, but I said cash flow successful, because I understand that by simply removing the stress of living paycheck to paycheck will do a lot for a lot of families. All right. Number one, marriages will stay together a little longer, because we know the number one cause of divorce in this country is financial crisis. All right. So we can help families get cash flow successful, where at the end of every month they've paid all their bills and they got a few dollars left over. That relieves stress. All right. In the next 36 months, we're going to help 500 of those families become completely debt free, including their mortgage. We talked about it in the beginning. Imagine what life is like if you have zero mortgage debt, if you had zero credit card debt, you had zero student loan debt. All right. We're talking about relieving stress here. We're talking about putting families in a position where they can do just that, be families. It's hard to be a family when everybody's stressed out over money. All right. In the next 36 months, we're going to help 100 of those families increase their net worth to 7 figures. That's right. We're creating 100 millionaires in the next 36 months. Those are some of our team goals. If you want to plug into what we're doing and run with us, we will certainly welcome you, but there are some qualifications that you have to meet because we are serious about what we're doing, and we don't have time for jokesters and pranksters and people who will play around. We're serious. So real quick, I'm gonna share my screen and give you some tips on how you can use videos to educate people and attract them to you so that we can see if they are serious and to see if they're a good fit for what we're doing and how we are doing it. So let me see if I can get to my right screen to share. Real quick, can you check to see if you can see my screen and let me know? So I'm gonna go and check out, so I'm on my Facebook page, on the Facebook right now. I'm gonna go into one of my fan pages that I use to promote this financial education. I told you before, I am the one and only financial health mentor. Outside of the Young Wealth Builders team and the Extra Digit movement, there's not a lot of people bringing this information to working class Americans, and that's what we're doing. And here's how we do it. One of the ways that I do it is by sharing videos that teach these strategies. So I'm going to show you some of the success that you can expect when you share these videos and how people will start reaching out to you based on the information that you're sharing. Now, I myself I'm in love with this financial education, so I create all kind of video series, but we also use videos of famous people, videos of people who are already known as wealth strategists and trainers. We also use videos from our mentor, Brian Bean, is a seven-figure wealth strategist, and he's basically teaches these strategies, but has the success to show for it at this point. So real quick, so what we do is we share videos where the principles line up with what we do. So real quick, if you take a look at this video right here, this is a video of Robert Kiyosaki teaching his wealth building formula. And believe it or not, his wealth building formula is the same as ours, where he teaches you, number one thing you have to do is minimize your taxes. He says get control of your taxes, but it's the same thing of minimize your taxes. Eliminate your debt. That frees up the money to start investing. He likes to teach people to invest in real estate. We like to teach people to invest in paper assets, but you can invest in whatever you want as long as you have the money to do so, right? Here's another, that video had 24 likes, 1,144 views, and I got a lot of leads from that video. Some of you guys are probably listening and watching this hangout right now because you first saw that video, clicked on my opt-in form, and gave me some information to follow up with you. All right, here's another example of a video, the debt elimination strategy. This is an actual couple that is using the same principles. They're a part of myEcon. Use these principles to eliminate $23,000 worth of debt in 4 months. Right? That video got 10,000 views and brought in a lot of leads. All right, so these are some of the strategies that we teach those who want to build to attract people to us, right? By using simple strategies like this. This is a video of Damon Dash. He created a rant about being a boss. I put this video up, and it basically is in line with what we teach, that in order to build wealth like you want to, you need a business of some sort. And he talks a little bit about business ownership and why you should have a business and success principles like that. That video got 25 likes, 632 views. Now, these are on a fan page. I don't have time to jump over to my personal profile page, but I've literally got videos that have gone viral, 3 million plus views, thousands of comments, hundreds of shares, right? And each one of these videos can be linked back to me to get additional information about the principles that we're sharing. So what I'm going to do as a team, let me get back out of screen share. Let's see, stop screen sharing, get back to you so I can talk to you. I know we're a little bit over, guys. It's just 9 o'clock, 9:01. So as a team, what I want to do, if you are interested in using this principle or this strategy, I have all of these videos saved in a folder on my computer. Now, the good thing about these videos, they're not branded to anyone. All right, they're just good general principles. So I will share them with you, either send you a link to the video via Dropbox or some other file sharing system. And all you do is download it to your computer, upload it to your page, put your own caption on it. You can actually use my caption and put your opt-in link beneath it. Now, if you don't have an opt-in link, get with your upline EVP, ask them about how to set up your Woo-Foo form. It's a free platform that allows you to create a free opt-in page where you put that link on all of your videos, and that will give people a way to click and give you the name, phone number, and email address so that you can call them and see if they're serious about learning more about building wealth. Guys, that is pretty much my time. Hopefully you got a lot out of this. Maybe by next week, I'll figure out how to get the chat thing going so that you can ask questions directly in the chat. I want to jump over to the group real quick to see if there's any messages in the group. If not, then I didn't keep you guys too long. So too much over the 2 minutes. I would have gone a lot deeper into our actual training, but since we started late, I didn't want to keep you guys too long. So hopefully you got value out of this. Hopefully as a new person, you understand a little bit more about what you got your hands on, what you're a part of, the community of people that you're a part of. There's nothing like walking with people who are going in the same direction, people who are just as enthusiastic about you, about the things that they're doing as you are, people who are just as passionate about their future now that they have a game plan, now that they have a strategy. We're talking about people who are in similar situations or who have come from similar situations, who can relate to the fact that, like in my case, I came from a single mom on welfare. We were, I'm the fourth of 6 kids. We were that family that any given day you walk past our house and there may not be any electricity, right? Any given day during the winter, you come to our house, there may not be any gas or any heat. We're operating with hot plates and things like that. So I understand struggle. So when I found a system that will help me build wealth that I can pass down from my generation to my kids, to their kids, to their kids' kids, so nobody in my family ever has to struggle financially, then I jumped on it. Hopefully, if you're a guest and you're still sticking around, you are serious about your family's financial future and you'll decide to partner with the Young Wealth Builders team. Hopefully, if you are already on the team, you understand exactly what you got your hands on and you are as excited or more fired up about this opportunity than I am. Guys, I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I want to congratulate all of the new people for taking your financial future in your hands and putting your family first, putting your family in a better situation. And we're going to continue to work. We're going to continue to grow. We're going to continue to get better at teaching these strategies, applying these strategies, and hitting our goals of bringing 1,000 families to financial success, 500 families completely out of debt, and 100 families to the point where their net worth is 7 figures or greater. Super excited to work with each and every one of you guys. If you're new, welcome to the team. I believe you've seen enough that you want to partner with us. If you're catching the replay, come on and join this Young Wealth Builders team and let's build wealth together. Until I talk to you guys next time, get your money up.